What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Big Bike BMX. This is Isaac. I've got my ride or die homeboy over here. 80s, he might be over here or down. I don't know. The Zoom puts it
Off
wherever.
somewhere.
80s BMX Craig is here. What's up, Craig?
What's up, brother in the house, man? Once again, back in action, dude. How's it going?
Dude, it's so good. You've wanted to do a reaction video forever. You've been asking me to do reaction videos, and I've got the one. I'm like, dude, I think they're dumb. But then I saw this video that our guest tonight, Brian from Tuesday's Turn, uploaded, and I was like, I think I even texted you at like 10 o'clock at night, like, bro, you awake? No, he wasn't awake. I was awake. I was like, let's go watch this. But then I thought, oh, dude, the whole reason I was trying to get you at night because I wanted to watch it with you and hear your reaction. I'm like, we'll just record this.
Yeah,
So,
and see, that's the thing. Like you and I do reaction videos, we just don't record it. I mean, we
oh
literally
yeah,
watch
yeah,
stuff and react it. I'm like, well, let's record it. I see people doing it all over, YouTube, and I like them. I like
yeah,
seeing, but it has to be stuff that I want to watch, and then watching other people, react to it, obviously. But you and I do it anyways, so why
we
not
do,
put it
we
on an
do.
episode?
And here's the thing, dude, I love it. I will watch reaction reels on Instagram, and then like I'll watch like my favorite dude is like there's this dude on TikTok, and he literally he's do you see somebody with a can of paint that's like empty, brand new, blank pan of cake.
That
Can
would be
of
in a whole nother video.
right? Can of paint. And so he puts it in, like they put it in the machine. The video does. He's reacting duet style or whatever they call it. Puts
Yeah.
it in, and you just see the color drip in there. And then he goes, huh, turquoise. I think it's gonna be turquoise. And he's watching it as they spin it, right? And so you're like, he's just guessing. He's like, I don't know, but that was a lot of blue, maybe. And then he'll pop it off, and then it's like pink. And he's like, oh my God, it's pink. I will watch that. I watched that dude for like an hour and a half straight, dude. I was like, I'll watch this all night. This is my favorite game show I've ever seen. Right. I was just like in. So that's how I got sold on the reaction videos. But Brian, my friend Brian is here from Tuesday's Turn. What's up, Brian? Thanks for jumping on out of nowhere. We just kind of randomly jumped in and said, can you jump in? You're like, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me, y'all. I really appreciate it.
Yep. So Brian is on Instagram is Tuesday's Turn. I've known Brian for quite like maybe what, a year, but it's been about it. When did you start doing your ride outs? Like a year ago? Because you said your birthday.
Yeah, a little less than a year actually. I mean,
Okay.
I've had a personal Instagram for a lot longer than that, but my
Yeah.
Tuesdays Turn Instagram is less than a year old.
Okay. So look, follow Brian on Instagram, Tuesday's Turn. It's got the knuckles like the toy machine, Tuesday's Turn. Look for that on Instagram. And then also I want you to go, we're gonna watch one of his videos right now. Well, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna react to Craig reacting to a video that recently happened. So but yeah, follow him on YouTube as well. We'll put all that in the description. So follow him on Instagram and YouTube. So this past weekend, we can just tell the story, Craig. I'm gonna quickly tell the story, Brian and Craig, of what happened. So
But you're not going to
the
give any spoilers, right? Because
there will be no spoilers to what
okay.
you're
This
gonna
is the
react to.
setup, right?
This is the setup. Why were
Okay.
we riding? This is what was going on.
Yeah.
So I am at the Phoenix Winter Nationals about a month ago. Walking around, meet the Supercross team. And then Bren, Taryn, myself, we just start walking around, dude. I was like, you guys want to walk around the pits and just see what's going on? We're walking around, and I see our friend Jason Morris, Dick Cheeseburger from SE Bikes, over by the SE booth. And I haven't seen him I haven't seen him since Galveston. So I'm like, Dick Cheeseburger, what's up, man? And he's just like, he got injured at Nationals. He broke his neck back somewhere, serious injury, you guys. But he's also back, and that's why I'm being kind of flippant about his injury. Like he's over. I seen him jumping, doing like a no-footed jump recently. So, but he had his neck brace on, and I haven't seen him. So I'm like, bro, what's going on? So I went over to talk to him, and as I'm walking over there, I see this dude turn around, and it's Mike Miranda, Hollywood Mike Miranda. Of course, he's chilling randomly at the SE booth
Right.
at the but he's hanging out, and he's giving out Dirty Fest flyers to everybody. And so I start talking to Mike Miranda, and I'm like, bro, why don't you come down to Phoenix? Because he lives about an hour up the road. I was like, come down to Phoenix. We'll do a ride out. And we'll promote Dirty Fest. He's like, we'll do it. And he and I have planned this. We've tried to do this forever, but something happens. I start the flyer chain going, and then my phone just randomly rings. I look down, believe it or not, dude, Mike Buff, right? And I'm like, I haven't talked to Mike Buff in a minute. So I answered, I'm like, what's up, Mike Buff? And he starts laughing. He's like, hey, because you know Mike, the way Mike Buff talks. He's like, hey. I was like, what's up, man? He's like, hey, so this ride out you're doing on the 11th. I was like, yeah, we're doing a ride out with Miranda. And he's like, who's in charge of it? Right? Just grilling me, dude. Like I owe him like rent money. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, Mike, I haven't talked to you in a minute. And so he's like, he goes, who's in charge? I go, well, I guess I'm in charge. He goes, all right, man, because I'm going to be in town for spring training. And so then he tells me like hey, I'm coming to town. Nice. And I'm like, dude, yeah, let's do it at night. He's like, okay. And so he's like, I talked to Miranda. And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm like, Miranda's on board then? Cool, I'll just update the flyer. So I'm like, send me a picture. So he sends me a picture that I can use. I make the flyer. And it's the funny one of Hollywood holding his Nora cup, and Buff is holding it and put tape over, it says Mike, right. And then it's like blue tape and it says Buff. So we use that to promote it. So that's what was going on. We did the Mike Buff, Mike Miranda Dirty Fest ride out. And so we promoted it, and then we were talking about it on the podcast right before it happened. So here's the deal, dude. We start the ride out and we're having a great time. And then good thing Brian is there. Brian has, you'll see the difference in the quality of camera that I have versus what Brian has. And so Brian's got like legit equipment. He's got gimbals, there's lights, there's like microphone wind blockers. Y'all, when you see anything I'm doing, it's probably an iPhone or a GoPro strapped somewhere on my body because I'm doing it by myself. So I applaud Brian. I don't know how you do this. We'll have you come on an episode again and just give like how to film a ride out at night. Give tips on filming ride outs because you do a great job. You're about to see this. All right, Craig, I'm going to bring. Anyway, here we go. Craig, I'm giving you no intro to what you're about to watch.
Got it.
And then we'll watch some of this.
Let me just ask this. Are you going to be stopping this in the parts you want me to react to?
I think there's going to be a part or two that we stop at.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Roll it.
You ready?
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. First of all, I want to thank Average Joes right over here, Miles. Miles is going to be leading the ride tonight, so don't get in front of Miles. This is a chill pace. We're not trying to race anywhere, so just have a good time. We also want to thank Mike Miranda.
And the other Mike. And the other Mike.
It's Mike's on bikes night.
And the other Mike. Just say the other Mike.
And Mr. Mike Buff. Yeah. What up, Phoenix?
All right, Craig.
There he is. The Mike's ride out tonight, dude.
Isaac is so smooth. Like Isaac can like look back and have a conversation with you, which he's doing while he's in full wheelie mode.
It's fun out here, though. Come out. Enjoy Arizona. Here we go.
This is what I love about Isaac. Oh, look at his face too. I was like going to tell you something about your riding, and then I was like, damn, that tree hit him right in the face.
Okay.
Wait.
So I'm gonna rewind this real quick.
Yeah, let's look at that again. Because I was just commenting about like Isaac can hold a full conversation looking back at you and like being like, hey everybody, we're here on the ride out, and
Dude, okay. I appreciate you saying that. It was a little bit windy, and what's going on, dude, is my seat we went to practice night a couple nights ago and my seat wasn't high enough. So I'm struggling to keep this wheelie going. So I appreciate you you're like, it's so smooth. I'm like over here like getting blown all over the place, dude. But because we're right off of like water. But here, watch. This is funny.
There he is. The Mike's ride out tonight, dude. We're out here with Mike Buff. Mike Buff. Mike Miranda.
And then I'm like, hey, come on out to Arizona. It's fun. bang, tree branch in my face.
Yeah, I mean, okay, we'll watch it.
Yeah.
This one out here, though, come out. Enjoy Arizona.
Enjoy getting hit in the face.
Dude,
Dude.
right before you hit the branch, you're like, here we go. Like, okay, I don't know if that was you. Like, did you see it and say, here we go?
I think that, yeah, because what I'm going to show you and Brian now is you can see I've got a GoPro on my chest. So I went and grabbed the GoPro footage of this exact clip right here. And I'll show you what it was like in my perspective, because I didn't see it until I was like, here we go.
Wait, let me ask Brian, what was your, like, when he hit that branch with his face, were you, I didn't hear anything from you. So you're like the consummate pro videographer, just like, keep it rolling. Let's go.
Yeah, it was crazy. First, I can attest to, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It used to change to it used to make me big screen, but it didn't that time. I can attest to what Isaac was saying. It was very windy that night. And so the mic I was using is a directional mic. So a lot of times the stuff I'm saying, you can't really hear it because it's pointed forward. Also, I can't really show you now, but I'm literally riding with a gimbal, a DSLR, a microphone, and a light. So it's a big setup, and I'm holding it out like this, and I have a front brake. So I'm riding one-handed so that I can control my brake with my left hand. So I have to constantly be watching what's coming up in front of me, obviously.
Yeah.
What's coming up behind me, and then the monitor on my camera, what I'm filming. So it's not easy, but as far as seeing the branch, no, I just missed it, luckily, but I didn't see it coming or anything. So that's why I barely got him in frame when with the slow motion shot that you saw. And I wish I had, because I think I got scared and I jerked my camera. I wish I had gotten a better clip of his face. That's why I zoomed it in, actually, was to get that the edge there.
Okay, now I'm going to share my footage of this with sound, and then you guys can watch this one. All right.
What up, Phoenix? There he is. The Mike's ride out tonight, dude. We're out here with Mike Buff, Mike Miranda. Man, it's fun out here, though. Come out, enjoy Arizona. Here we go.
Oh, you okay? You okay?
Yeah. You guys okay?
You get your glasses in?
No.
All right. So that was what it looked like. I mean, for me, I just remember like I'm looping out too, but thank God saved it. And that's my reaction was like, oh my God, I saved it. I didn't go backwards. And then my initial thought was, my initial thought was, well, you don't know, watching this is right behind me on rideouts. I bring my kids, but I make them ride right behind me. So we are like, if you see me, the two kids behind me are mine. So I've got Aiden and Bodie directly behind me. So I'm thinking I just whipped a branch with my face forward, and now it's just going to come back and smack them in their face, but
I was looking like at the video to see if the guy in front of you did like a duck and maneuver. I didn't see it. So, and you were talking and you're speaking to the camera and whatever. You don't see it. And thank God it wasn't like a solid, like 2-inch thick branch or something that cracked and was hanging down. Dude. I mean, those were kind of twiggy.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't anything you want slapping you in the face, nonetheless.
Definitely not, dude. Yeah. If I wasn't wearing that helmet, it for sure would have hit me enough to where I would have got some stitches. Like it would have been enough of like a whipping. It was like they were thick, and it was a thick enough branch. It would have took I would have had some stitches, I think.
All those desert trees here have thorns on them also. All of them do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. By the way, when you come to Arizona. So that was my footage, and that was funny, Brian, because you haven't seen it yet. So We'll go back over here and we'll watch this one because there's some really good footage. And again, this is really just like the preview, Craig, of like the longer video that he's going to do with everybody. But here you go. I want you to see the rest of this. And then dude, just let me know if you want to see something, or else I'm just going to watch it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That's zoomed in right
Yeah,
there.
look at there's the did that just happen?
Yeah.
Oh crap.
You guys okay?
Big bike, Isaac.
Go have some fun on your bikes, y'all. Come out.
Woo! Love that bike. I was filming it earlier.
Dude, I love it, man. Carbon forks, carbon SuperCross bars. That's the Killer Buzz hub set. Loud. It's fun.
This is also where I realized like my seat's too low, but I don't want to stop and then like get lapped or something because I've stopped and adjust my seat.
That's a great shot of Mike going under that lit up
there.
bridge.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the walking bridge in Tempe.
It's a great time. The place is beautiful right here.
This is just why I love Tempe.
Look how smooth. Dude, what a cool spot to get some video going over that bridge.
Dude. What's funny is the wind's coming in off of my right, so I have to lean into the wind. You see my bike's leaning?
Yeah, I can see, and your knee, left knee is like
Yeah.
counterbalancing that
You
wind.
can see it in my
push.
shirt, I think, a little bit too.
Yeah.
But
No, wind is always the nemesis of guys who ride wheelies.
yeah. Especially on big bikes. It's like a kite.
Check out the placement of your feet right there also, Isaac. Does that have to do with how low your seat is, or?
No, dude, my feet are just stupid. Like I don't I laugh about it all the time, dude, because like my feet on pedal, like I have to use big platform pedals because I have to move my feet around to stay up. I don't know why. It's the way I've always done it. So
He's got a podcast you should follow. Dirty
And
Knobs
this-
podcast.
he's gonna talk about Dirty Fest.
They're setting up the sickest.
This is at
old school
Spinelli's Pizza though. This is that place,
weekend
Craig, that had that BMX
next month at the end of April,
the BMX
down in
like
Temecula,
bike
Dirty
show
Fest.
and all that stuff.
And he's gonna tell you all about it and why you need to be there. All right.
So okay, so that's basically the preview trailer video for the Mike's ride out. Yeah, dude. So I think what it is, dude, is our crowd is on this one especially, the Average Joe's rides. It's that like our older crowd. So everyone kind of went over like people brought like somebody had a Hutch number plate, a special like Hutch number plate that was in a box. Like numbered.
Yeah, okay. Like a
numbered, like the
commemorative
collector-
thing, or
Yeah, Donald. He had it. Did you see it, Brian? Did you see that number plate?
Yeah, and Donald has an old hutch he brings to a lot of the rides also.
Yeah, he races on it. He races on it in like an 80s Hutch, dude. Like
did
talking like-
Miranda sign it?
he did. He signed the number plate. I know he signed the number plate.
That's what I'm
I don't
talking
think
about,
he
the
signed
number
bike.
plate.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Mike, like Miranda was signing stuff for everybody. Buff, dude, Buff is such a professional. He brings his own like paint pens, and he knows like he's going to be signing Mike Buff fast rippers or Mike Buff whatever. And it's always the same colorway. My man, the drip doesn't stop with Mike Buff. He brought out a paint pen that was SE blue, not like dark blue, like a Sharpie blue. This thing
Right.
was like the perfect light blue that matched your bike. So now I'm like, if you look at it, it looks like a sticker because it's the right color. You're like, oh, you got that's a sticker. No,
Of
bro, look at
course.
it. It's painted on there. It's paint pen. So like Mike's out there signing stuff, and then Buff, like there was a girl there that was like adorable, this little kid. She's like, can you sign my bike? And he signs it. Then he goes to the car, gets like his own like signature gloves in like a kid size, gives his Mike Buff signature gloves to this girl, and then she signs his shirt. Like,
oh, that's
if you-
cool.
his shirt, like it says like, you know, whatever, like Abby or something on it. Dude, I was like, a kid signed your shirt. That's rad.
And see, that's the dope. I love hearing that because, you know, kids are out there with their parents, and there's like parents like you, Isaac, and me, and I don't know about you, Brian, but we and the way I I was promoting this from NorCal on my Instagram, hoping to reach anyone I could out there who can make it to this. And it's like, I think I captioned it with something like, if you could tell the 14-year-old you that this weekend you could ride with Mike Buff and Mike Miranda, what would you think? And it wouldn't be a dream. This is actually happening. It's like all that stuff. Like, I can get an autograph or even just say hi. Hey, what's up, dude? And my kids can meet someone who I looked up to as a kid. And it's a family thing. It
100%.
truly is a family experience, especially, I mean, not just because those guys came out, but those guys coming out just adds that much of an experience for everyone.
It's electric, dude. It's electric.
That's
the
dope.
vibe. I can tell you just like driving down there, I would like my mood was elevated even more. So, like, I'm always excited to go to rideout. I'm always excited to go to rideout after in the winter when it's like, oh, it's been raining. So I'm even more excited. But then you're like, dude, Mike Buff, Mike Miranda. And so like I get just as excited as everybody else. Yeah. But yeah, dude, it was a great time. I gotta tell you, like the riding was fun. We had, how long do you think we stopped for pizza? It was about an hour, dude. We stopped for a good hour. And that to me was kind of the funnest part of it, because that gave, when you're first starting out at a ride out, you're still kind of like, if you're brand new, you're still kind of getting bearings. You're like, I don't know what to do. Me and the person I brought, because I'm new, is going to sit over here way far from people, but close enough to where we can see when people leave. It's like that, the fringe kind of people where you're like, come on in, say what's up, welcome. You guys, if you see fringe people at your ride out, go say hi and tell them like what's going on. Introduce yourself, talk about your bike, talk about their bike, say hello. It's good stuff, you guys.
Well, it's cool because what you guys are doing in Arizona there, in Phoenix in particular, is, especially like that. I would guess from what I saw, I'm going to say there was around 50 people maybe or so, somewhere plus minus.
Yeah, it was about 50. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys can stop and have pizza for an hour, whereas, which is way cooler, not cooler, but it's a different experience because people can stop and say hi and you can walk around, meet everybody. Some of the ride outs to get, upwards 300 plus, 500 plus, 1,000 plus, it's really hard to stop for pizza or have a really cool stop where you can, meet people you haven't seen before. Yeah, that's awesome.
I gauged it, and then I just told Spinelli's like, hey, we're gonna bring a ride out by. We'll be there about 8 o'clock. We'll see you then. And
Good
they had
move.
pizzas. Yeah, they had pizzas ready, and like, because basically you go and you buy it by the slice, and the pizzas are bigger than your head. So it's like you buy a slice of pizza.
That's a big slice.
Yeah. And dude, I'm wearing a Spinelli shirt right now. So it's a pretty punk rock pizza place. So Spinelli's Pizza, the reason we picked it, not only because it has my favorite pizza, which is the mac and cheese pizza. Sounds gross. It's delicious. Just imagine pizza, like a slice of pizza with mac and cheese, dude. It's so good. And
it
jalapenos.
Sounds gross, but I'm going to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Because I love pizza and I'll try.
I'll do a reaction video on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do a Spinelli's pizza reaction because, but I'll need a slice. Good. So you guys have to overnight me a slice.
Here's the thing, dude. So the owner comes out. And so we've had BMX, like Spinelli sponsors a BMX team. They sponsor like a street riding team, like park and skate park and dirt jump. They give pizzas like the dirt or the Skunk Bros when they do stuff out here in Arizona, the BMX guys. Spinelli's gives them free pizzas for like at the Wedge where we were at. Like they'll host something at the Wedge and they'll be like, here's all the free pizza you want. They're very cool about cycling. And so what I found out was the owner comes out to meet Mike Miranda, which is right in that interview where Brian caught him. The owner of Spinelli's is like talking to, I used to BMX. He's probably about 30. He's like, I used to BMX when I was a kid, moved out here. And Mike goes, where are you from? Because he had an accent. He goes, Philly. He goes, I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from Philly, like around Philly. And he goes, oh yeah. And then the dude goes, well, when I was a kid, he's like, He's like, I was probably the generation after you. He was being nice, just being like, okay, you weren't in the magazines when I read them. But he's like, he goes, we had our locals, and he goes, Ray Sure, he's like, he had a real long last name. He goes, but he was like the block lord. And I was like, Large Ray? He goes, yeah.
Ray Schlichting.
I was like,
Prince of Prussia. Prince of Prussia.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I was like, from King of Prussia. And he goes, yeah, dude. I was like, all right, man. Yeah. Dude, it's random, man. I was like, I sent Large Ray a message. I was like, bro, you're not gonna believe this, but like some dude that used to BMX in your city moved to Arizona, started a badass pizza place, and told Mike Miranda, like, you were the block lord when he was growing up. And because Mike Miranda was still around BMX in Ray's day, he's like, oh, I know Large Ray. He's like, yeah. So, I mean, just small world, dude. Small world. When you stop at a pizza place and they're like, oh, I know Large Ray.
This could be an episode on Factor Freestyle.
It could. So, you guys, I just wanted to see Craig react to me getting hit by a tree when I saw the video. Brian, I want to have you back on, and I want to have you talk about the tips and techniques for filming rideouts. Talk about your setup. Talk about what you do. You guys go follow Brian on YouTube. You see the quality of his filming. He's got an hour and a half rideout of the 40 rideout, 40 from Throne. 40 is the rider, and he rides for Throne. He hosted a rideout, and you got a good hour and a half of him. You got some Super Bowl rideout footage as well, right? You have some of that.
That's that. There were 2 rideouts Super Bowl weekend, and I have 2 videos. One of them was Jay Miles from SE. Okay,
so you guys go over there, catch the Jay Miles rideout, watch that whole thing. Beautiful, beautiful footage, professionally shot, way, way better than I would have done it if I filmed the Jay Miles rideout. So if you want to see how great Arizona is, follow Tuesday's Turn. You will see some great footage. If you want to see really mediocre footage of what Arizona looks like, you're already in the right spot. You've already subbed, and we love you. But subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell for notifications, because you can see my poor quality videos, and then you'll be like, I wonder what Brian did, and go see his. There you go. That's your pro tip. So Brian, we'll have you back on, dude. We'll talk about that. But you have an hour and a half. You have like most of this ride out then captured, and you have a longer version that's going to come.
Yep. Next Tuesday.
All right. Yeah. So follow Tuesday's Turn on Instagram. Follow Tuesday's Turn on YouTube. Craig, thanks for watching me get hit by a tree.
I would definitely say anytime you want to take a face smack from a twig or a branch, I'm there to react, but I don't want to see that, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys wear your helmets. This is why I always wear a helmet, because like I'll tell you, I didn't see that tree until the tree was in my face. So be careful out there. It's easy to see people. It's hard to see branches at night. So there you go. That's my pro tip. Wear a helmet. Have fun, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time at Big Bike BMX.